It was a peaceful spring morning in a quiet neighborhood on the edge of town. Birds chirped softly outside, and warm sunlight streamed to the kitchen window. Inside, Emma was beginning her day with her 9-month-old son, Liam. His round cheeks, soft curls, and innocent smile were everything to her. Max, their loyal German shepherd, lay calmly near Liam's playpen. He had been a part of their family for years, gentle, well-trained, and fiercely protective. Though Emma loved Max, a small part of her always felt a little nervous leaving a big dog near such a small baby. She had read stories, seen warnings, and heard the what-ifs from friends. Still, Max had never given her a reason to worry. As Emma placed a soft blanket over Liam's legs and handed him his favorite rattle, she spoke to Max. "Watch him for just a minute, okay?" she said with a smile, walking toward the laundry room to grab the clothes she had left in the dryer. It was only going to be a few seconds. Just a quick trip. What could possibly go wrong? Then it happened. The calm was shattered by a loud bark, deep, sharp, and unlike anything Max had ever made before. Emma froze. Then came the crash of something falling. Then silence. Her heart pounded as fear rushed in. Something was wrong. Very wrong. She dropped the laundry basket and ran back, her mind racing through the worst possibilities. Was Liam hurt? Had Max lost control? Or was it something else? As Emma burst into the living room, her eyes darted around in panic. The playpen was tipped over. Toys were scattered across the floor. Liam was lying on his back, crying but seemingly unharmed. And Max was standing stiff, growling like she had never heard before, facing the glass sliding door that led to the backyard. Then she saw it, a shadowy figure, crouched outside. A man, a stranger. He wore dark clothes, a hood pulled up over his head, and a black cloth covering most of his face. One hand was on the door handle, and his body was tense, ready to slide it open. Emma gasped, clutching Liam in her arms. Her legs nearly gave out from under her. Max barked louder, teeth bared, muscles locked in protection mode. The man flinched at the sudden aggression, stepped back, then turned and bolted into the woods behind the house. Max lunged toward the door, still barking, making it clear this intruder would not get past him. Emma stood frozen, holding her baby close, the reality slowly sinking in. The man had been watching, waiting, possibly trying to take her baby. And if it wasn't for Max, she didn't even want to imagine what would have happened. Emma called 911 with trembling fingers. Within minutes, 2 officers were at her home, inspecting the scene. They found large footprints outside the back door and signs of movement near the bushes, proof that the man had been lurking there for some time. "Looks like he was trying to get in," one officer said. "You're lucky your dog reacted the way he did." Emma nodded silently, hugging Liam tighter than ever. Her eyes welled with tears as she looked at Max. He was calm again, sitting beside her feet as if nothing had happened, but his eyes stayed alert, scanning the windows, always on guard. The officer knelt and gently patted Max. "He's a hero," he said. "You should be proud." The word hero echoed in Emma's mind. That night, she couldn't sleep. She kept reliving the scene, the overturned playpen, the masked man, the sound of Max's bark that might have saved Liam's life. She stayed in Liam's room most of the night, watching him sleep. Max lay beside the crib, never taking his eyes off either of them. The news spread quickly. By the next day, the neighborhood was buzzing. Everyone wanted to know what had happened. Emma's neighbor baked cookies. Another brought a new collar for Max. Kids drew pictures of Super Max. The local news called it, "German Shepherd Saves Baby from Intruder." But for Emma, the headlines didn't matter. She knew how close she had come to losing her son. She knew what Max had done for her family, and she would never forget it. In the following weeks, Emma noticed something different in Max. He wasn't just guarding the house anymore. He was guarding Liam. Wherever Liam crawled, Max was there. When Emma bathed him, Max sat by the bathroom door. When Liam cried at night, Max was the first to reach his crib. Liam began recognizing Max's presence with joy, giggling when Max licked his toes or nuzzled his belly. The connection between them grew stronger every day. One afternoon, Emma watched them playing in the living room. Liam sat beside Max, babbling baby talk, while Max lay still, tail wagging softly. She realized something profound. Max didn't just protect Liam because he was trained to. He protected him because he loved him. And now Liam loved him back. They weren't just pet and child. They were brothers. Emma's husband, David, returned from a work trip 2 days after the incident. When he heard what had happened, he sank to his knees and hugged Max tightly. "You saved our boy," he whispered. "We'll never forget this." The family grew even closer. Emma no longer questioned leaving Max with Liam. In fact, she trusted Max more than she trusted her security system. Emma eventually bought a new security camera system, installed stronger locks, and added motion sensor lights to the backyard. But she knew one thing for sure. Nothing could protect her family like Max had. The man who tried to break and was never caught. But he never came back. Max's story went viral online. A local animal rescue group awarded him a Medal of Bravery. Kids in the neighborhood wore Max the Hero Dog shirts. He even got a feature in a national pet magazine. Yet, Max remained the same humble, gentle dog. He didn't understand the praise. He didn't care about the interviews or the headlines. He only cared about Liam. He cared about keeping him safe. And for Emma, that meant everything. Every night, as she tucked Liam into bed, Max lay down beside the crib, head resting on his paws, eyes open, watching, waiting, just in case. One night, as Emma kissed Liam's forehead, she looked at Max and whispered the words she now said every single night. "Thank you, Max. You're our angel." Because in a world filled with uncertainties, one truth remained. Max had made a choice that day, to stand between danger and the child he loved. Not for food, not for reward, but because of love. And that made him more than a pet. That made him family. That made him a hero